is never enough, and fans of Lucifer are not happy with the show ending with Season 6. Lucifer just released its last season on Netflix, and fans can't help but wonder what's next for the handsome devil. There has to be more, right? Is Lucifer coming back? Will he again appear in another show? What will happen to Lucifer in the future? Here are all of the much-needed answers. The Happily Ever After. As we previously said, fans love Lucifer, and because of how much they love the show, Lucifer wasn't canceled and lasted for 6 seasons. The handsome, charming, and dazzling devil caught fans' attention ever since the pilot episode, but the show bloomed when Netflix decided to save it. Now, be honest, did you guys get hooked after the first episode? Let us know. The plot of the show, as you already know, follows the fallen angel portrayed by Tom Ellis, who solves crimes while falling in love with his partner, Chloe Decker. If you're still doubting yourself whether to give the show a chance, do it as soon as possible, because you're missing out on a real treat. And if you haven't seen the 6th season yet, we must warn you that huge spoilers are ahead. If you've already seen the finale and want to know more about Lucifer's future, enjoy the video. Season 6 of Lucifer, which was the final season of the show, saw Chloe Decker and Lucifer Morningstar struggling while preparing for Lucifer's ascension in heaven as a god. Lucifer constantly drags the ascension for some reason, and fans later learn that he is not the one to become God. Instead, he's about to become the healer of hell rather than the keeper of hell. When Chloe finds out all about this, she joins back the LAPD and works as a detective. To be fair, Lucifer Season 6 was a neatly structured season with a somewhat of a satisfying conclusion. In the 6th season of the show, we'll also witness time travel where Lucifer Morningstar's daughter traveled back in time. She comes back to ask her dad questions about him disappearing, and she turns out to be Chloe's and Lucifer's daughter. Season 6 was, according to us, the best season of Lucifer in the entire show. Do you guys agree? There was enough drama, family themes, and, well, incredibly written storylines that served as the cherry on the top. Aurora, or as per her nickname Rory, realized that her mom and dad did everything for her to live a better life, and the show ends with Rory coming back to her own timeline while being grateful to her mom for everything she's done. Then we see Chloe's death, and after she meets Amenadiel, who takes her up to heaven. Now, with this kind of an ending, we can't really tell if the show could directly continue the story. The possibility of Lucifer coming back in an entirely different show seems more achievable. Let's check some theories about it, shall we? Lucifer in The Flash Season 8. Lucifer had a very complicated history. The show struggled a lot to deserve a continuation because back in 2017, Fox canceled the series after just 3 seasons. Netflix then decided to jump in and pick up the series for 2 additional seasons, planning to end the show after Season 5. Lucifer Season 5 was divided into 2 parts that streamed in 2020 and 2021, and thankfully, Netflix decided to create 1 more season of Lucifer. Sadly enough, there will be no more seasons of the show. And that, as they say, is that. After 6 seasons and 93 episodes, Lucifer has reached the end. Quote, "This is it, the final season of Lucifer," said Netflix before releasing the last season. Quote, "For real this time, the devil himself has become God. Almost. Why is he hesitating? As the world starts to unravel without a god, what will he do in response? Join us as we say a bittersweet goodbye to Lucifer, Chloe, Amenadiel, Maze, Linda, Ella, and Dan. Bring tissues." However, that doesn't mean Lucifer is gone forever. In a world where sequels, remakes, prequels, and reboots prevail, Lucifer will, without a doubt, get a continuation. Plus, the show proved to be one of the most successful shows these last few years. There's always the possibility of Tom Ellis returning to the DC Comics universe soon. You probably remember this, but a few years ago, Ellis had a cameo in the Crisis on Infinite Earths, a cameo that he kept secret for a long, long time. Nevertheless, the Flash showrunners are constantly bragging about an incredible villain showing up in Flash Season 8, and now fans can't help but wonder whether that will be Lucifer. Now, if Lucifer indeed appears in the flesh, we need to check out where we left him so that we can be prepared for him appearing in an entirely different show, where he could play the potential villain. Let's do a quick recap of Lucifer's Season 6 finale, shall we? At the end of the show, Maze, played by the amazingly talented Lesley-Ann Brandt, and Eve, played by Inbar Lavi, are married, finally getting their happily ever after. Dan is in heaven, reunited with Charlotte, his true love, and Chloe brings baby Rory home to this found family. What surprised fans was the fate of Lucifer and Chloe. Although Chloe and Lucifer couldn't spend their lives on Earth, the pair do end up together in the series finale. Rather than escorting Chloe to heaven, Amenadiel flies Chloe to hell, where she's reunited with Lucifer in the closing scene of the series. Now, if Lucifer indeed appears in The Flash Season 8, we shouldn't expect a different version of the devil than what we're already familiar with. Why? Well, the first thing that popped into our minds was immortality. Lucifer, like all angels, is immortal, billions of years old, immune to age, illness, and poisons. He's been living since the beginning of creation, so yes, he will live for all eternity without ever aging. When it comes to his personality, the very end of Lucifer Season 6 proved that he will never change. So, if the show gets a continuation, or Lucifer appears in The Flash or any other TV show, expect to see the same witty, sarcastic, handsome devil. Before we continue with some amazing details about a possible Lucifer continuation, make sure to smack that like button if you haven't done so already.
I love you both.
I love you.
Love you. I'll see you soon, Mom.
A beautiful end. According to Entertainment Weekly, the lead star of Lucifer, Tom Ellis, said he hopes the show's finale would have done a favor to everything else they've done before it. He told EW, quote, "We did talk painstakingly about how do we end this, and what's the right way to end it, and all of those things. It was an interesting time, because everyone was so invested in these characters and in this show that we really cared that we did this right. And I feel like we got to a place where we did that, and I really strongly believe that our fans will think the same thing. I feel like we've done ourselves proud in that department." Co-star Lauren German also had an interview with EW, and according to her, Lucifer had the most beautiful ending they could have ever dreamt of. In an interview with The Wrap, both German and Ellis said Season 6 was the perfect time to end the show, but both of them stick to saying, never say never. When asked if they will reprise their roles in the future, Ellis said, "I don't know," 2 times, adding that a movie sounds fun in the future. With his British accent, Lucifer makes the show 10 times more enjoyable, and his acting talents, along with his charm, made Lucifer one of the most successful shows this decade. He's definitely one of the most capturing characters in film history. Even though the show mostly focuses on Lucifer, his universe presented some of the best, most powerful women, including Detective Chloe Decker, Lauren German, Mazikeen, Lesley-Ann Brandt, and Dr. Linda Martin, Rachael Harris. All of them proved the show would have been nothing without them. That cast is quite remarkable, along with Kevin Alejandro and D.B. Woodside, and if we ever get a continuation of Lucifer, we pray it would consist of the same cast. What do you guys think Lucifer's story would be like in the future? Let's say, 30 years from now? Let us know down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.